we had a conversation.
Yeah.
And, I made some speculations. And it looks like Stormzy's clap.
And the killer is, it comes out today at 7. It's 2:15 now.
What comes out today at 7?
That's that song.
It's already out.
No way. What the Stormzy song?
Are you not hurt, bruv? It's out. It came out at 12 o'clock last night, this morning. And the video dropped at 12 o'clock today. Do you want to watch the video? Watch the video, bro. I'll stay. I'll watch it with you.
No. I can't, nah, I'm not going to watch it because I've heard it's involving sending.
Yeah, so you don't know. I'll tell you.
No, everyone's showing me all the lines. Everyone showed me all the lines. I was like, "Raw, how did you get all the bars?" It's out.
Listen, yeah. Obviously, Storms has come out, no trim, pissed off. That's what it looks like. He looks like he has said to himself, right. Bearing in mind, I need this to be super clear. This is just my personal opinion. I don't know shit about anything. I ain't spoken to anyone about nothing. This is just me, a fact. If you watch me and you watch us, then you know that like I'm a fan of stuff. And to be honest with you, can I be honest? I don't want to see this happen. I'm gonna be honest.
Let me navigate you through it because you're the person that has more information. I don't have no information. I should navigate you through it. All right, so cool. So 12 o'clock last night, because clearly I can see that you're mad about it. 12 o'clock last night. What is said that makes you go, uh-oh?
What is said? Okay.
What is said on that track that makes you go, uh-oh? Because apparently the whole track...
I'll tell you right now.
For everyone. I heard they're sending for someone else in the first part, and the whole track is just man sending for each other.
Can I just go one little step back? Just one more step back. I saw Tion, and because I follow Dutch, right? And don't let me forget about talking about Dutch. I want to talk about Dutch, yeah? Right, boom. So anyway, I seen them post a clip of this tune, yeah? Mm-hmm. And Stormzy's on the tune or whatever, and the tune sounded good, but only a tiny clip, so I'm like, boom. Then yesterday, right, I heard they posted another clip, right, which was like maybe at 6 p.m.
GRM
Dutch. Everyone that was involved, everyone that's involved that's got an Instagram, yeah? So Dutch, Tion, Sion Anderson, I don't know what she's doing. I think she's like involved in it some way, shape or form. Shout out to Sion. So anyway, then they posted, in that clip was the start of Stormzy's bar. And the first thing Stormzy says is, was he sending for me? I don't know. Yeah? And that was essentially what I had said when me and you was having a conversation where I was talking about Chip's behavior patterns, about him like drawing people out, and then when the person reacts, then he sort of says, I wasn't trying to do that, but as you're here, I'm gonna chop your head off. So that's kind of what happened with Tiny. That's definitely what happened with Youngin. And the Bugsy was obviously a bit different, but this one here was like, there's something that's happening that this is what I said to you. I said, there's something that is happening that no one is really talking about. Like when I'm listening to...
Stop right here. Let's just be a little bit more clear, because the good thing is I don't have as much information. Okay. So I can say to you,
Am I going all over the place? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm the consumer. So you've narrowed it down to that situation manifesting, but why would that situation manifest? What happened beforehand? What was said beforehand for that Dutch record, for it to be said, what was said on a Dutch record? What was said initially?
What do I think was said for Stormzy to react to? What, for that Stormzy's reacting to?
Yeah, what is he reacting to? Because basically...
Okay, I'll play it to you. I heard
there was some lyrics of a project that, the other...
I tried to play it to you. When we was doing the podcast, I tried to play it to you. You didn't want to hear it at the time. But I told you, let me do it. I'm going to do it right now. All right, do you know what I'm going to do, yeah? I'm going to read you the bar, yeah? I'm going to read you the bar because my Spotify's not playing, yeah? Okay. So this is what the bar was, yeah? It's on Waze, yeah? And the bar was, you ain't even done 10 years in this thing. Round here, we don't hear you're a king. Man will take your throne. Piss on your forehead, know your role. With cold spitters, you ain't never been toe-to-toe. Step in the ring, get shown the ropes. Tell me what, you believe in God? Kill you off, you're the Holy Ghost. I'm like, when I heard that, which I said to you, I think I said twice on the podcast, but I'm like, it sounds, there's something about that. Like, there's something about it. And then I listened more to it, and then I knew, yeah, he's definitely going at Stormzy. And I thought, okay, cool. I actually thought that them two were cool. And let me be honest with you, sending for someone doesn't necessarily mean that you're not cool. Do you agree with that?
No.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. All right, then you can debate this with me, because I think that you could say.
Sorry, it's all to do packaging, bro. Packaging is the most important.
Yeah, that's true. Because I feel that, let's say you, for example, Poe, yeah, say you say that you're the coldest spitter and I'm a spitter, right? Me and you are cool. I might when we're together, I might occasionally just dig you in your chest and say, I'm letting you know, yeah, that I'm colder than you though. You know, like, some people have that. Like, I'm better than you, bruv. I'm a better skater than you. No, you're not. I'm the skater. Nah, I'm a better skater than you, bro. All right, cool. Coming out. Do you know, we might even have to go outside and do a thing. If we do that, then I hear it. Then I can see that, you know, that there's like a competitive thing and it's come from that. But from this, I'm thinking, this is a bit weird to me, because I thought that they were cool, and this seems a bit more personal. Like, it doesn't seem like this is just coming from the competitive nature of grime. This seems like this is a feeling towards a person for whatever reason that we may not know. I don't know these guys. I don't know the conversations that these lot are having behind closed doors. I don't know any of that stuff. But all I knew is that I felt as though this was a comparison or a behavior pattern that we've seen before. We've seen it with Tiny, we've seen it with Young, and now we're seeing it with Stormzy. And I also felt as though what is likely to happen is Stormzy responds, and then Chip does what he did with Young and he did with Tiny, and is like, that wasn't what I was, but now you're here. Yeah? Now that you're here, let's do it now then. So, bro, like, obviously Stormzy responded, and I feel there's a part of me that obviously wants to see a battle. Like, I want to see that. There's a part of me that doesn't want to see it, and I don't know. I woke up this morning, yeah, and when I listened to the thing again, I was trying to ask myself, why do I not want to see it? What is it? What is within me that doesn't want to see it? Because I'm a man who loves to see a clash, you know. Don't play with me. I will go on YouTube and watch a clash for 4 or 5 hours. Strong. But why do I not want to see this? And maybe, again, I don't know anything about this, but maybe a part of me that doesn't want to see it is that, like, I feel that this one is a bit... I feel like this one's a bit personal from one side.
Do you know what it is, Chucks, yeah? I
don't want to see them do that.
I don't know what to say on this, so I'm not going to say anything primarily on this. I'll just talk about how I look at things in life.
Go.
Life, you know? I try and now relate everything I'm doing to life, I guess. So we can all, and within my life anyway, I recommend everyone do the same thing. So there's things that you don't tolerate in life, just try not to tolerate anywhere else, like in any other aspect of your life. So for me and my foundation as a person, if I have an issue with someone, I just tell them.
Strong.
I believe that if my issues with you, Chucky, the person I should tell is you. I'll give you an example of that. When me and Alham were just taking the piss out of everyone, as we do, we made a joke about you. Now, it'd be very easy for you to be having a conversation with Savage Dan on Halfcast and then do a response but not say my name. Then I would go, Chucky, if you've got an issue with me, why don't you just tell me? But what you did was hit me up. And it wasn't even that much of an issue. You just let me know how it's packaged and how that could potentially be interpreted. So I said, cool, I understand that. For me, that means that puts that situation to bed and we carry on with our lives. Now, if you done the other thing and didn't tell me and done that in with Savage Dan and someone goes to me, boy, I think Chuck is talking about Poet, I'll hit you up and be like, bro, why don't you just phone me and say there's an issue? Like, I'm confused. Like, why would you harbor that feeling and then tell everybody on the net before you tell me, but I'm your friend? So in life, I don't like that. So I don't know if that's what's happening here, But if that is what's happening here, I don't know if that's happening. It's just unfortunate. I just suggest that if people have genuine issues with people they genuinely care about, I think they should be the first person to know. Once they know first, and do you know what? They might have known first, but that should be the first point of contact. And if that isn't the first point of contact, I just feel that behavior is just, I don't know. It's just not something that I would do. But everyone do what you want.
I remember when Stormzy did a song with Tiny, and Tiny had either changed his verse or he did something where he was talking about Chip, and Stormzy didn't know. And so when the tune came out, Stormzy came on the internet and was like, listen, like, man are not going to use me to fucking be a part of this, because I don't even have an issue with man like that and whatever. So that is not what is going to happen. So he like sort of publicly addressed it while people were publicly talking about it. And so then when the lines in that started, bearing in mind, I don't believe that anyone has to do this. I'm not saying anyone has to do this. I'm just giving my opinion on the way that I see things, and it could be wrong. But when I saw that people started to see that Chip was seeming as though he was going at Stormzy, and it seemed like it was coming out of nowhere, he didn't do the thing that Stormzy did for him. He didn't come out and say, nah, man was spazzing out, bruv, but Stormzy's the bro. You know, like a man do that, innit? Like, that's the brother, or this is family, or, you know, like the get along, everyone does all of that shit, innit, yeah? So I didn't see it. So I thought, okay, maybe it happened privately. Maybe, you know, them two spoke privately and they have an understanding of what it was, and now, essentially, we're the joke because we're sitting on the platform discussing something from a fan perspective and we're all wrong. But you know what? Clearly I wasn't, because Stormzy's come and he's responded, and it seems to me, you ain't heard the song, but he didn't say a lot, but it just seems to me that he's like, you know what? This is what you want? Let's do it then. I feel like this is what you want and I'm ready to do it now. So come on in. Like I'm responding to what you've said, and now what you can probably do is you might as well drop the record that you've already recorded. Because there's a part of me that feels like Chip's already done the disc from a long time. He's just going to alter something quickly. He might just alter a couple of lines in it to make it seem a bit more current. And then he's going to try and chop a man's head off. And you know that he's going to come very hard. Pause.
Ross.
Oh, shit.
The kid of it is I haven't applied little to any thought to this situation. For obvious reasons, you know, it's just out of respect for the whole thing. So I don't want to move forward. I don't want to disrespect anybody. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable because of what I've said, or to be offended by what I said, because that's not the purpose of what me saying anything for. So I won't say anything about the two individuals in question.
Are you worried that you're going to get an email or a text or something?
Bro, you know what? My walls are painted. This one's blue, that one's orange, that one's red. Like, life is really good. So I just want to continue having a good life. And if it means that I don't have to talk about something and essentially I'm talking about it, but I'm kind of skirting around it like a bit of a pussy. So yeah,
just ask me questions then. Just ask me questions. Let me tell you something, right? Like, these guys in particular, I don't necessarily believe that Stormzy thinks this. Maybe he might. And with Chip and whoever else, one day there's going to be a time in life where people realize that, even with me in particular, that I ain't the enemy, you know. I'm not the enemy. I'm just a person I'm the person who my mum and my mum's husband are when they sit down around the table and they're listening to Roots FM, and then they hear Dennis Brown playing. And then when Dennis Brown comes on, they start talking about what life was like around that time, and who was clashing who, and what was happening politically around that time, what was going on in their culture, you know, all of the passion that they had for a time that they would that means so much to them. I just sit and listen to them have that, and that is something that is, I feel, sort of I've inherited. So
I pause you there.
Huh?
I pause you there.
Go on. Because
this is where then we could be the problem.
Go on.
The way that situation has manifested, there was a particular procedure on how you felt the way you did. And now you've expressed that to the world. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's right. But that just means that when you interpret or when you send your message, people are never going to get it the way you got it because you got it around the table with your loved ones. So maybe the way moving forward, it's the one thing I've tried to adopt is whenever I see, and I can give you an example yesterday, whenever I see somebody going through something, before I want to jump on the net and have an open discussion about it, I want to reach out to them and be like, yo, cuz, look, I don't know what's going on, but this is, and offer some advice that could potentially help them. They might ignore it and say, mind your own fucking business, fuck off. They might tell me, they might say anything, and that's fair enough. They're well within their rights. But you know what? I definitely want to be able to leave a message that can't be confused or can't be misinterpreted 10 years from now.
I feel like I do that. I feel like for me personally, for me personally, when I sit and I speak about certain things, about 100,000, I might even get a top that says this is just my opinion. That's the first thing. And secondly, this is music. I'm not even discussing someone's personal life. I'm discussing music.
Again, like I said, as a young person, you listen to all the people that you love giving you a message and you interpreted it. Like, I gotta understand, some of the people I'm talking about sometimes, you know how much younger they are than me? And if all the people talking about me when I was young, cuz, I don't care if you're telling the truth, fam. Shut your fucking mouth and don't talk about me. I'm not even old enough to understand that they might be helping it. I'm not even realizing that they might be trying to help me. Because right now, unless you're directly around me speaking about it, you're the enemy. So essentially, even though I'm trying to help the situation, I have to be like, am I really helping the situation? Now that's the way I look at the situation with me and you, because I don't think we've reached out to everybody that, in fact, I know we haven't, because
why do I have to do that?
You're right, you don't.
I don't like.
Sucks. You don't have to, but then do you know what maybe we should stop doing? What? Making ourselves clear about something, because we've made ourselves clear on the channel for so long. I think everybody that watches us knows what we're speaking about. It's only when we speak about somebody who doesn't watch us on a consistent basis, they come in and get a little bit of the information. Like I said,
control that.
I know, but then it's like, we shouldn't have to worry about making ourselves clear anymore. We shouldn't even care, because the people that know what we're talking about know actually what we're talking about. So right now we're changing our whole thing to accommodate a group of people that are not even that large, and we're kind of neglecting everybody else. So from this moment forth, I'm actually not going to make myself that clear on this channel anymore. I just realized. So you can speak about this. I can speak about this, and I'm not going to be disrespectful. And if it's misinterpreted by the individuals in which I'm speaking about, it's actually calm. Wow.
Let me just say something that I said to you off camera, yeah?
It's kind of lit.
And this is the last time I'm ever saying this. Ever again.
You know why? I'm going to put it on loop in the Apple Store on YouTube. So you keep saying
cool. Yes. All right, cool. If I have a personal issue with anyone, or if you have a personal issue with anyone, or your opinion that you're going to express comes from a personal place, you cannot use this platform. We could not use our platform to personally we cannot use our we cannot. Sorry, I thought I had a delivery. We can't use our platform to personally diss anyone or attack anyone or to express personal issues that we have. I'm not. I didn't build this for that, bro. I built this, bro. Do you know one of my favorite conversations that we had? Yeah. One of our favorite conversations for me, was when we had an honest conversation about whether we felt like Tiny had musically fell off. Do you remember that? We had a passionate debate about that. And we were doing that before anyone was having those type of conversations. And I loved it because it wasn't from a place of, we're disrespecting someone or whatever. We're just having a geeky conversation about something that we love a lot. Do you get me? And I love that. Huh?
How long was that?
Oh, that was like in our first year. I can't lie, you was a bit raised. No. you was but you've grown though.
Of course I've grown. Like, if people haven't seen that, it's their business.
Yeah.
I know me. So I'm thinking about, okay, because I'm older than Tiny. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, cool. He's younger than me.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. He's minding his business.
Massively.
He's not troubling anybody. No. And here comes this little light-skinned boy with plaits talking about how bad his second album is. Now,
That's the packaging, bro. The conversation isn't a bad conversation. It's the packaging.
But the way I packaged it, Chucky, and unfortunately, fam, it's guilty by association. You're there. We can't disregard the fact that, cuz I've given you enough reasons to be upset because there's just the way you do things. And sometimes I think I'm guilty of just laughing, fam. A man spent so long making a piece of art for me within one listen to come and just diss it like that.
Yeah. I hear that. No, I hear you. And I'm not gonna lie. I felt you was a bit wrong for that. But listen, I thought you was a bit wrong for that.
This is a bit wrong, Chucky. I was this wrong, fam.
Yes, but you know what? The conversation isn't a bad conversation to have. It is the packaging. But like again, I feel that we're straying from. I feel like we're going off topic. Because right now, the conversation that we're having right now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think the packaging is off. I'm discussing one of the biggest artists that we have right now, biting a bait. I can't come on the. Do you think I can come on the?
Never been off, Chucky. But the packaging, we're not packaging it for me and you, fam. We're packaging it for the public. So if the public say anything if there's a large group of people saying something like, oh my God, I don't like the way this is packaged, bruv, I can't just ignore it just because I'm cool and you're cool. And I think sometimes...
Who's that though? Who is that?
Because I don't know. I don't know.
I've only like in the last few weeks had one particular person who has been super angry about the way that we've packaged something, and I disagree.
Oh yeah, that one.
And I disagree.
To be honest with you, I don't think they were super angry anyway. But that wasn't anger. I've seen anger before.
Yeah, but I disagree. So then, what happens then?
What happens then? But that's for you to decide. Like, you see me. This is what I'm saying to you. With me, my walls are painted. My house is getting redecorated. I'm in a really good place. I don't know what that's going to do to me. And then I don't know. So if I can say I don't know what that energy is going to do to me, I don't know what energy I was giving them. And it's just like, do you know what? Some things.
So what are you implying?
I'm implying that I think we have now, but I think a lot of the damage on the way people look at us kind of is because of me early on and packaging it a particular way early on. I think it was so bad for so long. Even when we speak about this situation right now, it gets misconstrued. It's wrapped up in so much bullshit.
But that's why you say if people are going to consistently look at who you was back then and be stuck there, then what can anyone do about that? Huh?
Because I'm talking about something like sometimes I don't even need to.
Are you uncomfortable? Are you uncomfortable?
No, I'm uncomfortable with I'm uncomfortable with not understanding everything to do with it, Sam Chucky. Because like Chucky, do you see this job we got right now, fam? Man can sit down and chat and bare people watch it. Man's got how many subscribers? Man's gonna get 100k plaque. Like I'm actually doing something constructive in my life. I'm not out here being many stupid things. Yeah. So with this responsibility, I don't think that me and you sometimes actually. I think you have. I don't think look at how man's using this responsibility sometimes. Because when I talk about this situation, I'm laughing, I'm doing all of that, and sometimes I'm thinking, cuz. Some people are stressed about this situation, you know.
Nah, I hear that still. But I'm not laughing at a man.
No, but
laughing at a. I might be laughing. I might be laughing in the context of, I don't know, like something in it might be funny, but it might not be that I'm laughing at the person, or I'm not do.
So it is. This is how it is. Now, I'm sorry, everyone. I think I've confused the world. I don't actually know what the issue is. So when I speak about it...
Neither do I.
Yeah, so when I speak about it, that's what it is. When I speak about it, I'm not speaking about it in its entirety. So I'm going to get something wrong. So it's just going to fuck up everything. But you see, if someone releases an album, I don't like it. I don't mind. There's nothing no more for me to see. Here's the album. I don't like it. Rare. I'll find a nice way of saying it. With this issue here, it's so sensitive because nothing's clear. I don't even know.
Bro, listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't know when it's going to be, because I don't know when someone is going to give any type of clarity on what the hell is going on. I don't think that they particularly have to do that. But at the end of the day, bro, the way that I see it is two people that I listen to, Chip, someone that I respect as an artist, Stormzy, I do too personally. They are going back and forth with each other. It's going to be a big thing that is going to happen. And I feel like, as you know what, I went on our Podomatic to change some stuff with the streaming and whatever. Yeah. With our stuff, we're on Spotify and Apple and on all of the streaming platforms, by the way, as a podcast, right? And the first thing that I saw in the bio was cultural commentators. And I thought, I wrote that like 6 years ago. Yeah. And I was about to delete it, and then I just didn't delete it. And like, I was just looking at it and I was like, I can't ever forget that, like, the reason why I started doing this in the first place is because when I did the first one with Wiley, me and Wiley was talking about Wiley, but we was also just talking about like just other stuff that is going on within the culture and all of that. And I enjoy that. That is like something that I get a bit of fulfillment from. Of course, I don't get fulfillment from, coming on the platform and disrespecting people. There's been one or two, I'll be honest with you, there's been 1 or 2 episodes that I've done that are not my proudest moments. When I've like, mentioned something, I've mentioned something really personal, like about someone's private life and that, like, a particular woman. And I just didn't feel afterwards, I just didn't feel good about that. But you know what? I just learned from it. I'd never do that again. But let me tell you something. If you put something on the internet or you put something on streaming and it's music, and I'm a man who sits here and listens to music, and I'm a man who loves bars, I'm going to bring my brethren or someone and we're going to have a conversation about it. Like, and yes, it is my duty to not come here and fucking, try to sway people's opinions or diss someone's character and all of that type of stuff. I definitely try not to do that. But like, and I don't think that I do that, but I just think that, bro, this is a big moment. What the fuck, bro? Of course man's going to have to say something about it. It's going to get worse.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There is that now I'm working
Lyrically worse.
I hear you. And the thing is, it's like, do you know what?
Sorry, last thing, I want to stop you right there. Remember the situation that happened at, because we get into, people hate us for this sometimes, but remember when the stabbing that happened in the award show in that? Yeah? Those are the times where I'm like, I'm not coming on my platform to say, people want me to come and say, so-and-so bored up this. I'm not doing that, bruv. Like, so I have a moral compass. Don't ever get this twisted. I have a moral compass.
No, trust me. No, Chucks, do you know what it is, I just need to figure out what are the repercussions, like, fully from what man does if man don't have all the information from a life perspective, and then see how this relays in this. So I understand the consumer is sitting down in their yard like, Poet, I don't give a fuck what you say. Chucky, I don't give a fuck what you say. Tell us what you think about this clash. Because you know the beauty about that situation for them? That's where it lives, exists, breathes, and ends. And then you go back to your life. You see, when you're someone that works within this community, there are things that happen behind the scenes off the back of what we may discuss and so on and so forth. Yeah. And I don't know how far it goes sometimes.
I know why.
When a man says something without being prompted, just says something, and then someone responds to that, that to me is more dangerous than like listening party, for example, people sitting down discussing music. I used to think that was so dangerous. It's not, because all you're discussing is the final product. I don't need to know anything else. The whole journey is, I've got the whole journey here. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. This situation is in the middle. If I'm ridiculing it and I don't have all the information, I don't know how bad it's going to get. I don't know what the actual issue is. Right now, it's just all, it could be something really, really bad. And if I've started it by having a laugh, I don't know how I'm going to feel in 4 weeks' time. And that's the only thing about me, because I've done so much wild stuff. When you go through the consequences, I just have to gear up every situation. Like, how bad is it? Like,
I hear you, but
no problem. Really, Wiley and my man, no problems. Nothing's going to happen. We're all good.
Yes.
This situation, I don't feel that way about it.
Okay.
I just don't feel.
I respect that.
I just don't feel that way.
I respect that.
So I now have to feel like, how am I going to speak about this? Because
if you, bro, let me tell you, I'll be honest with you. If you feel uncomfortable to do it, I respect it. Trust me. I fully respect it, because I get that you're saying that you don't know, like, and bro, it's the same with me, but like, I can't control. I look at myself, I go out and something could happen to me because I've said something or whatever it is, yeah, but the thing is, fam, I just know that, of course, I don't want that to happen, but I just look at myself in the mirror all the time and know my heart is so clean, bruv. And if something needed to be addressed and there was a conversation to be had, I'm just down to have it. But like, as of right now, I haven't even ridiculed anything. All I've actually done is point out. All I've done is point out what I've seen. I need you to put.
I hear you, but like I said,
hold on, one sec. Hold your thought. 1 sec. Go on.
So yeah, like, do you know what it is? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I understand.
This is too close to home for you. I feel like this is too close to home.
I feel like a spoil sport. I do, but it's just that I just want everyone to know that, cause I'm not in the same position as you lot when speaking about this. I'm not in the same position as you lot.
I hear that.
I'm not in the same position as you lot when I'm just not. So for me to put myself in a situation where I don't know how this turns out, and I'm still here just talking about it like this, I just feel a bit weird. Like I said, when it was Wiley sending for my man, you know nothing's going to happen. You know it's just going to be about... Like, I've seen Wiley do this so many times, so I know the results of that. Let's talk about it. Whatever. I was finding the reasons. This one, to me, because it's so behind... Like, it's so hidden. It's so coded. It's almost like they don't want everyone to know, but they want everyone to know. So it's like, why wouldn't you want everyone to know? Like me, if someone has a problem with me and they say it on, like, I will be like, yo, what's the problem? Like, that's how I am. I don't hide around from things, so I've got nothing to hide. Right now, I don't have enough information. It's not as simple as my man said something in this song Waze and my man said something in this new tune. It's like, but why is all of this happening, bro? And if I find that it's something deeper than just these tracks, then it's like, I don't even want to talk about this. I didn't realize it was that personal. You know what?
Oh, well, then, bro, if it gets like that...
But I don't want to wait until then to decide. I want to know...
Bro, but then you know what, though? With that being said, to play devil's advocate, you could feel that way about a lot of things, bro.
No, I couldn't.
That is...
A lot of things. I'm actually not close to a lot of things. I'm not this close to a lot of things.
All right, cool. All right, I hear it. All right, I hear that.
I'm not as close. So therefore, like, for me to go and put myself in that position... For all of that nonsense to happen, like, I don't even want nothing to happen. I don't want man to say something bad about me in public and then people start defending me. I don't want any of that. I don't want nothing.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm going to be honest though. I will, like, if more things musically is happening, I'm going to talk about it. But like,
no. If more things happen and we get more information and we can see how it's going to go.
I don't know about the information thing. I'm just hearing about the tunes.
I do.
Okay, and that's fair. That's fair.
With Wiley and my man, I don't need to be around them enough to know how that situation is going to turn out. So I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care. I'll talk about it all day. But when I don't know, and I look at both of the individuals, I think they're not idiots. I look at both of the camps, I think they're not idiots. How many hidden things do you say before you're in the same venue? Like, what are you really saying? What's it really? It's all good.
But do you know what, though? I don't fear that. The reason why I don't fear that, obviously I don't want that to happen. Like, clear. Exactly. I need this to be clear. Of course I do not want that to happen. But
of course not.
I'm not moving. I don't come here and like.
I hear you.
So if you interpret it that way, then that's unfortunate. Well, okay. Well, you're gonna beat me up. Like, okay. Cool,
no, they're not gonna do nothing to you. I'm just gonna. No one will do anything to you. It's like me and you are two different people. So how close you are to a situation, how close I am to a situation.
I hear that still.
Completely differently. So when I'm speaking from the perspective of me.
I don't want to be a never going to get no straps for doing something to me. Like, look at me.
No, but it's not about... I'm not even saying anyone's going to do anything to me or you. I'm not even saying that for 1 second. I'm saying that their camps, they have internal problems. Come on, fam. I can tell you right now, in this scene, if someone's got a problem with me, you'll probably might have a bit of a problem with everyone around me. So if we're in a venue and we all see each other and it's a big, big problem, it's just not a nice atmosphere to be in. So now I've got to look at it from their situations. They're both very big within this field.
Yeah.
If they're in a situation where they're feeling a bit of tension and off the back of that, oh my God, they'll talk about it on Halfcast, and I'm just cropping up this convo so much because I don't want to be a part of what potentially can happen. So if I just stay out of it,
I did ask you.
But you know what it is? It's because you're veering too close. And I'm like, you know what, Chucky, I'm out.
Before we started the podcast, I asked you, you want to do this? And you was like...
I told you I don't mind navigating through it. But I know what you do because you do it to me all the time. You do it not on purpose. but you're able to draw information out of me that I don't want to give.
Fam,
so I'm for myself.
I don't want you again. If it's a personal thing, don't hear, bro.
See an automatic door?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean to open when you walk in front of it. That's just the way it's wired. You walk in front of an automatic door, it opens. When you speak to me about certain things, there's certain things you say where I'm just going to start saying, you know what, Chucky? So I'm stopping myself from now.
Poet, let me ask you this. I'm being serious. I hate to have to ask you this, yeah? But let me say, do you actually genuinely believe that, like, when situations like this, not just this, but like this happen, that I don't actually know, like, I haven't been privy to certain things, like, privately?
No.
Okay, so no, the reason why I say this here is because I never come and I never ever say ever anything that has got anything to do with something that someone else has said to me or whatnot. I just try my best, yeah, to just listen to the music in isolation and situations in isolation and talk about that from there. So a prime example from that was like the chip and the tiny thing. All I ever spoke about what was already out there. I wouldn't talk about what, like, conversations that I've heard, and I would, bro, I know I was doing the chatty patty thing before and I was not, like, I'm not on that. So when a man's ringing me and if I'm hearing about certain things, I'm not going to do that. But if it's already out there and it's a conversation to have, then I might just mention it.
I'm not going to keep repeating myself.
Yeah, we're going round and round. But I don't want you to think I don't understand you. I understand you.
I'm speaking from me.
I understand you.
I'm not speaking on behalf of the world or England. I'm just saying,
same.
I know how my situation pans out. And if I don't know how this situation pans out, I'm not prepared to do anything.
Because you might get a North London bad man ring the phone. And it's, do you know what it is? Let's talk about this quickly. You know, it feels a bit, you know, the stomach feels weird when the bad man rings the phone, innit?
It's not that, Chucky. I'm not talking about me. I don't care with me. No one can't do nothing to me because there's no...
I've had it.
I'm talking about with them. With their two camps right now, they're not idiots, fam. Like, this is entertainment for everyone because it's entertainment for everyone.
Yeah, of course.
If you are from...
They're giving us the entertainment, by the way.
No, it's not all fun and games sometimes. I'm from a culture where if you step on a man's trainer, gunshots are going off. So if two men are sending indirects for each other on a track, I'm just saying, cuz, man don't know how...
You say you're going to sit out this one. You're going to sit this one out.
I don't know how this one turns out. So... if I knew it was going to turn out in a gun war, I would talk about it. If I know how it's going to turn out. But where I actually think to myself...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone's... I don't know
what's going to happen here.
I'm a cultural commentator. Do you know what? I had a man ring my phone one time, yeah? Man rang me one time and said, Chucks, with his number up. Man didn't ring me on private number. He rang me with his number up. And he said, Chucks, when I see you, I'm going to chop you with an axe.
What?
And he put the phone down. Fam, I was around the dinner table with my family. I couldn't even concentrate. I couldn't concentrate, bruv. I was like, what? Why? What did I do? I was mad young these times or whatever. But obviously, look, that didn't happen. I'm not trying to be that guy, but there's obviously there's men out there that care about me a lot and love me enough to make sure that a situation like that could not just happen just like that. So obviously that came into play a bit, but you know when you get the like, oh mate, when you get someone ringing your phone on that tone, fam, it's just not even lovely.
I'll be honest.
So stay away from that, kids. Stay away from that.
Their messages there, I don't care. I just want
what?
I don't care no more.
When a man rings you with your number coming up, with his number coming up.
Like anything, I just don't care no more. Because you know what it is, Chucky?
Nah, I look at a big man, that's different.
I look at who I am and what I do and what I represent. And if that's the energy you're giving me, know that that's not the type of person I am. Cause you're just trying to pick on a weak target, fam. That's cool. I don't take you serious now.
And look at the man's trying to chop me with an axe. Like he even needs an axe to chop me.
He'll miss you.
I came away from the fucking podcast and totally forgot to mention the main point that I wanted to bring up in the first place. Anyway, honorable shout out to Dutch, because the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't even know when I'm going to be able to get to do this again, yeah? So honorable shout out to Dutch, because I've been talking about Dutch for a little while on the podcast, yeah? And it's sick to see that he is escalating in the way that he has. And when I started following the Don on Instagram, he had like maybe less than 10k followers. Now it's 100 and something. The fucking videos now are starting to really boom. There's big traction happening. And I think that by the time we fully get out of lockdown, he would have been one of the artists that would have just used this time in whichever way to like gain some traction on him. And I think that after that, bro, sky's the limit, bruv. So yeah, man, big up to everyone that is still putting in that work and gaining some traction. But in particular, big up to Dutch, because he is one of the coldest spitters in the game right now and has been for a minute. So yeah, if you don't know, get familiar. Go on.